All right, so you have all your pieces ready. You have your materials made. Now you're ready to jump in here and start actually creating something. So let's look at if you have gone out and bought the $5 version of what you've seen in the finished renders here, then you can just pull out the instruction books you have. Otherwise, you can go to that company's website and they do have all of those available in PDF form. So um, if you have any questions, come see me on the forums and I'll point you in the right direction. So I start here by just creating this. I'm just going to go step by step. So the first thing that's in there is one of these guys here. Now, as I start creating, there are a couple of things that I'm going to want to do here. And I'm going to want to create groups for the individual textures. And that's going to save me a lot of time and effort, considering the fact that I'm going to be using instances on a lot of these objects. So I'm going to start here with, on the first page of things, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. So I'm going to create, let's see, a new group. I'm going to rename this one. This top one I'll make black. And let's see here. Then I make another one, another new group here. Called white. Oops. Make sure I only have one selected at a time. And white. Okay, new group. And I'm just going to go through here and make all the textures that I've got as a part of this here. It will speed me up as we get moving. So let's see. Black, white. We have light gray. New group. Dark gray. New group. Got blue. And let's see here. Let's check over onto our materials here and see what we've got here. And dark gray, light gray. Oh, we have a dark blue. So let's new one here. Dark blue. And then we have our transparent, oh, sorry, yellow, and then our transparent colors. So yellow, transparent red, oops, transparent yellow, and transparent gray. And I think that will do it. If we happen to hit one here, we can always add in a group here. Now, this one here is going to be blue, is a blue one, so let's just take it here. I'm just going to make sure you're in item mode, just drag it and drop it into blue. Okay. And let's see here. As we go along and we create these, we are going to we're going to need to do some cleanup here. So if we look in our item list, we have item 4 here, or excuse me, 4 LXL. So that's going to be our preset there. We have this texture group. We're going to want to end up deleting the texture groups. It's going to save us a lot of time and effort if we do so. And for now, I'm just going to drop this text group down to the bottom, and I'm just going to go back here kind of sporadically, intermittently, and add in our, or go back and delete those texture groups, and that will help us out. Now, as you're building individual pieces, you might need those, but for doing it this way, we won't need those. So let's see, we now need to put this one on here. This one needs to get rotated, so again, hold down Control as you rotate, and it will snap it. And I'm going to move over 4 millimeters. And up 3.2. Now we'll put that one right in place. And this one is a, let's go back to our groups. This one is a white one, so let's drag this over to white. And there's going to be another white one right there in front, so I'm going to take this one and instance it right off the bat and move it forward 16 millimeters, so we'll fill up that space. Okay. And then we have this piece on the back. Let's put that in there, rotate 90 degrees, move it up 3.2, and back 16. and this one is also white. Now you notice as I instance one, so I created the instance of this one, you can see my white went up now to have, now it's showing 3 objects here. So I've got a texture group, which, oops, probably shouldn't even be in there. Let's remove that there. I'm just going to grab this and throw it up in there. So those all are in there. And I can close this down. And anytime I go here and replicate, or not replicate, but instance an item, it's going to retain the same shading group as the one that I instanced. So you either want to instance one that is in the right shading group, or you're going to have to delete it from the shading group and put it back in there. And this way we're just going to have, this will make it very simple to set up our textures at the end. It will be pretty much a case of creating a few groups and then double clicking on our presets and we'll be set. So now let's see, let's put this guy in here. We'll rotate that. And we're going to move it over 4 millimeters. This way 4 millimeters. And up 3.2. Okay. So I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to instance it and rotate it around so it's facing the other way. And just move it over 8 millimeters. And both of these are also white, so I'm going to grab those and throw those into the white group as well. Okay, now we have a clear yellow piece that will go on the end of each of these, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this into the scene. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going to move it over 4 millimeters. And now moving this out, go out 8 millimeters, and that, actually no, that does it. Take it back. Now moving it up, let's check here. It needs to be centered on that inner piece. I think it's going to be like 8.6 millimeters, but I'm going to go over here to my model quad view here just to check. Some of these pieces, this would be like the few examples of one that doesn't line up exactly numerically because it's kind of in the middle of a piece rotated up. So we'll just line this up as close as we can. It looks like that's about going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to go right there. Okay. And this one, let's go back to our layout tab. This one is the yellow transparent, so we'll drag that into there. Instance that. And on this one, I'm just going to rotate it here. So let's rotate it around this way. And then I'm going to check here in my properties, and I'm going to set the Z position to negative, whatever I have here. So negative. And that's going to just drop it right where it belongs over there. Okay. All right, so let's move on here. We have another one of these pieces here. It's also blue, so all we have to do is instance, move up, and we'll go up 9.6 plus 3.2, so 12.8 millimeters. We'll put that one in the right place. And we have now some of these. These are going to be light gray, so let's put one in here. And move it over 4 millimeters. And I think in hindsight, you know, as I had done these, and the thought has occurred to me on a couple of occasions, probably would be best to actually create these and put them in the grid set, because I'm spending a lot of time actually moving things in small increments, like 4 millimeters, when if they were on the grid space, it would be easily done with just, you know, setting up the proper amount of multiples of 8. So just a thought there, but if you've already created your presets like I have, it's not a big deal. So let's take this guy and put him into the light gray, and I'm going to instance, rotate, and move 8 millimeters. Alrighty. And then in the back, we've got this piece here. So let's take that one and rotate it 90 degrees. Move it up. Should be the same 12.8 millimeters. Yeah, that's right. And then move it back 32. So 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, correct. And this one is blue, so we'll drag it up into our blue. Now we have, let's see, a couple of these pieces in here. So let's get those in first, rotate it, move it back. Should be like 12 millimeters because it was in the middle of a space. And then we'll pull it up. So now we're looking at 12.8 plus 3.2, so that's going to be 16 millimeters, or 5 units of 3.2 if you want to think of it that way. This one is also blue, so let's drag it over into the blue category. And this one has an instance right above it, so just instance, move, and move it up 3.2. Okay. Let's see here, and we have another one of these pieces, except this one is, I'm going to create an instance, and I'm going to drag it up the right amount here, so 12.8. But that's going to create one here in my white. So if I already have it selected, it's going to highlight here, so I can just take it and remove it from the group. And this one is actually blue, so let's just take it and drag it into the blue. Okay. Moving right along. We've got another one of these guys here, so let's take this and instance it, but this one is black, so let's move it 16 millimeters. Let's open up that blue. We'll remove this one, and then we'll just drag it into the black. Okay, so we're moving along here. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and save. Modo Chopper 1 here. And then I'm going to click over to my item list, and you're going to see, yes, here are all of our lovely texture groups. So I can actually just control click on all of these and go down here and delete all of them. Like I said, good idea to do it every once in a while, or else you're going to get overwhelmed with a whole bunch of stuff here. So let's just delete those. Yes, yes, yes to all. And there we go again. So let's see where we were. There we go. All right, so moving along, we're going to start working on the front here, the canopy of it. So let's go back over to our groups, because we'll need those again here in a second. Let's drop in this piece, and it's going to go on the front. So I'm just going to rotate this, move it forward 16 millimeters up to the front, and drag it up. Looks like 16 millimeters up too. Perfect. And this one is black. So let's take it and drag it into the black. And let's see here. And also we're going to need one more of these guys, also blue, so that's handy. I'll instance that. Move it up to the top of here. So 9.6 millimeters. And then back probably 24 millimeters looks like. 4 millimeters, and let's start dropping on the canopy here. So we close up blue there, we don't need that open. So take our canopy, oops, looks like I've got to rotate it 90 degrees, move it up. So 16 plus 3.2 is going to be 19.2, and then forward probably 8 millimeters. Right, this one is clear, or the transparent, the dark kind of a gray transparent. So we'll drag it into our transparent gray. And let's see here. I've got a couple of these guys. So I'm going to take this one, rotate it out, pull it out this way 4 millimeters, back this way 6 millimeters, no, probably 4 millimeters. There we go. And then up to the top here. And let's see, we were at 19.2 plus another 6.4 looks like, so 25.8. Somebody check my math. Close, but not quite. How about 0.6? Because I can add. There we go. Right. So let's see. This one is dark gray. So let's drag it over into our dark gray. And this one has an instance on the other side. So instance it, rotate it, and move it over 8 millimeters. And so you're seeing a large amount of our geometry is coming out to be instances, and that's going to help a lot. And when we get everything done here, we'll also take everything and probably drop it down a level on sub Ds too, but we can do that in a moment. Not going to be horribly pressing. All right, so let's see. We've got then one of these guys right here. Create an instance here. Move it up 6.4. But this one is not going to be blue, so let's open up blue where we have this. Well, we did. Yep, there it is. Remove that one. This one is black, so let's just drag it up into our black one. There we go. And now we need 3 of these guys, so let's rotate that first. Move it back here, and move it up to the top. There we go. And this one is going to be blue also. So let's do this one blue. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to hold down Option or Alt, Instance Clone. I'll pull this out 8 millimeters, and then bump up one more clone. We got the back covered there, and those will all keep the same color, so they'll all be in the blue group there. All right, and we have now 2 of these things. One goes on each side on these. So I'm going to take this and rotate it down, and this one does take a little bit more careful placement, so I'm going to move it just kind of in the ballpark, about 6 millimeters. We'll move it out. Out should be relatively easy. We should be some kind of a multiple here. 12. It looks like it's out a little far. That's right. We're going to want to go into our quad view to really align this one properly. So let's go up here. No, it looks like the 12 worked. So now we just need to center things up. Actually, that looks pretty darn good. Yeah, so I'm coming at 27, or excuse me, 27.9. Yeah, that's just going to be what I need to do. So that's all right. This one is light gray, so let's drag it over into our light gray. And we're going to instance that one. And on our Z, we just type in a negative value there, and that will drop that one into the right place. Okay, let's go back over to our Layout tab. And we're ready to add on the front part of the canopy here. So let's take this guy, instance it, rotate it this way, rotate it this way, and then we'll move it out. Like 9.6 worked, and then, whoa, boy. Let's try that again. Let's drag it out 9.6. Down like 8 millimeters. Check that one on the quad view too, just to make sure we got everything aligned. Yeah, and that looks right. There's supposed to be a little bit of a gap here and an overlap. That's exactly what we're looking like on the real deal here. Okay, so this is actually going to make up the bulk of the body here, and this part will have to move up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take here, let's go through and quickly grab again all of these textures, and we're going to group these all together here in a second. So let's get rid of the texture groups, get those out of our way first. Delete. Let's do all. And let's see here. Oops, looks like I got one more right here. All right, so now let's drag our camera up to the top. Now what I'm going to do is there are a couple ways that I can deal with this. I've got all these mesh layers. I got this empty one here. Let's just drag that down out of the way for now, because I'll end up needing an empty mesh layer probably here later. So I'm just going to take all of these and I'm going to parent these to a group locator. I'll rename that one body. You can see everything's going to look a little bit of a mishmash with the colors, but that's okay because we have we're going to have a bunch of textures on here, and these we're going to delete as well, which we could actually do right now. So let's just select all of those and delete them. So at least come across with one even color. And now what I'm going to do is let's go to our quad view, and this is just going to help us kind of optimize as we work. I'm just going to lasso select everything and turn my subdivision level down to 1 on all of them. And that dropped us down to, you know, we're only at 100,000 polys right now, which is not too bad. We'll turn on adaptive subdivision for the final renders, so that will end up looking great, but we're just going to drop that down for now. Now I'm going to take the entire thing here, this entire body section, and I'm going to move it up 12.8 millimeters because it's going to be sitting on top of some little footing skiff things. So that way we can just build those right underneath, and then when we go to build the propellers and things on top, we won't have to have them all hidden underneath the middle of the body section here. So let's go back to our layout tab and we'll continue. Alright, so drop this in, rotate it. Oops. If you hold down the control key before you click, there you go, and move it back. $12 millimeters. Oops. 12 up 3.2. Just to lock that into place. And this one is light gray, so that's oops. Helps if we have our groups back open again here. We'll pull this one over into the light gray, and we'll immediately take that. And did that get in there? Let's check. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Let's take this guy, instance it, move it forward 16. Looking good. And now for on the underside, we've got these ones that are 6 blocks long. So this we'll just take, move back 8, move it out 20. And these are blue. So let's drag that up into our blue one. And we'll create an instance. And we'll just change our Z parameter again to negative. And then we're set. So we've got we've got everything landed in place here. And we'll continue on, make the tail and then the propeller, and we're all done here. So got one with 10. So let's take 10 here. And drag it back till it lines up with those. So 54 up. This looks like 54 is not quite right. Probably 56 would make more sense. There we go. We'll drag that one up to be in place. So we might want to have to do the math a little bit here. So got 9.6 times 4 is 38.4. So plus 3.2 is 41.6. So, yeah, so we're in the right place there, 41.6. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add on the pieces that go on there. So this one will take, rotate it around so it's facing the other way. Move it back. Just going to kind of get it in the ballpark. 26, probably 24. And then up. The last one went up 41. What was that? 41.6, so let's add 3.2 onto that one. We'll be at 44.8. Set us nicely on top there. And it does. Good. So we've got to put on our little wings that go back here. There's one of them facing the wrong way, so we'll just flip it around. Oops. Flip it around. Move it over 4 millimeters. Drag it back quite a ways, like 88. And whoops, less than 88. About 80 even. And then our up value is probably going to be that same 44.8. There's that. Let's see, we're going to put on our little helicopter rotor blade here. Oops, facing the wrong direction, so I'll rotate that around. Move it over 4 millimeters. Center it up. So we'll move up the 44.8 plus 3.2, so this one will go up 48 and then back. It's like 88. Okay, now this one actually we have two different materials here, and actually, sorry, I've been forgetting to put a few of the materials on here, so let's grab this guy here. This one is blue. Drag it over to our blue one. This one is dark gray. Oops. This one is white. Now this one comes in two pieces. So what I'm going to do is, oops, take this, cut that out. We'll go to our empty mesh item here, which we'll rename small prop. And I'll paste that in. And this one actually needs to go to the black one. So let's go to our groups, drag that into black. And this one is light gray. I don't remember if I put that one in there. Light gray. Now we're set here. So we've got our propeller. We need to put on the top part of the wing and a couple little lights. And then we're ready to move on to the top of the propeller. So let's get those finished, and then we will look at cleaning up one more time here. So move over 4, move up, let's see, 48 plus 3.2 now, so that's right, no, yeah, probably. So yep, it's 51.2, back, oops. 84 and out another 4. And this one is clear red, so let's just grab that and pull it into our transparent red. This one has an instance right behind it. Drag back 8 millimeters. And now we have the flipped wing, the other wing here needs to go in. Let's take that one, rotate it, move it back. I'm going to start with 88, I think. That may not be quite right, but it's at least going to get us in the ballpark. And move it up 51.2 and over 12. All right, so there we go. That one's right, and that one is also white. So let's drag that over into white, and we're set. So there's the entire body. Let's go ahead and save that Modos Chopper 2. Do a little cleanup now again. So let's get all of this stuff. And we'll delete that. Yep. Yes to all. Then we take this and everything else here. And this is all going to go in with the body. Let's drop that in there. Oops. Something didn't want to go in with the body here. That one didn't. Let's check this. Okay, working now. Very weird. All right, so everything is in place again. Go over here and we're going to check our shader tree, and we're going to get, again, some of these have crept in, so just to keep things clean, we're going to go ahead and delete those. And nice, we're seeing all the little seams and things in between. It's looking pretty much just like we would want it to. Pull that out a little. Yeah, I think that's working pretty well. All right, so on to the propeller, and we are done. Propeller's pretty simple too, so let's go over to our layout tab one more time. And we have a base here, which is one of these, and it's black. Oops. Select that one. Groups, that one's black. And if I want here, while I'm building this, I can just hide the rest of the body. That might make life a little bit easier. I got a round one. It's going to move up 3.2, and then over and back 4. 4 millimeters. Oh, come on. There we go. 4 and 4. All right, so this one, these are dark gray. So I'm gonna grab these and, oops, helps if I'm in my groups again. Drag these over to dark gray. And with this one, I'm gonna do an array. And, oh, it's already set up there, so I need to go over, I just need to adjust it. So 8 millimeters, 0, and 8 millimeters. And those are all, oops, sorry, I did a regular array. Let's take this back here. I want to do an instance array. It's going to make my life much, much easier. So let's go 8 millimeters, 0, 8 millimeters, and click apply. There they go. All into the right place. All have the right texture. Make sure they're all in there. Yep, they're there. Alrighty, so now on top of this goes our little spinner piece. So let's put that in, move it up 6.4, or no, take it back, 9.6. Okay, now if I want to make this propeller rotate, which, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go here, I'm going to take this, cut it out, I'll make a new item. Large spinner, and paste that in. Okay, and now when I group this together, I'll group it together with a lower part of the propeller and an upper part of the propeller, and then I'll put that all into kind of one larger group. But the speaking of groups, let's get these in place. This one is light gray. This one is blue. And we got that. And now we'll go ahead and just put on our propeller blades here, which are 2, 4, 6, looks like 8. Let's drop this on here. To move it down this way. 24. And up to the top. 9.6. And then on the outer edge of this one, there is a, oh, sorry, let's get the color on this one. This one is the dark blue color. So this on dark blue. This piece on. Oops, and I had happened to hide that when I created the preset. So you might want to make sure that you don't have anything hidden when you actually make the preset. Oops. Back to 52 and up 12.8. So our groups, this one is yellow. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of those, instance those, go to my rotate tool and set my action center to the origin. And then all I have to do is rotate that around. Oops, and these aren't quite in place, so this one will go over here, 4 millimeters, and these two go over here, -4 millimeters. We have the round piece that goes up on top. .8, and that one is light gray. And now we're pretty much set. So all I need to do here is set up my my rig so those can rotate. So let's take all those and delete those. Yes, yes, yes to all. Now what I want to do is I want to take this, 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 and this. And that large spinner, that one, and those all need to go under one locator. So let's make a new item, new locator, and just to make it a little bit easier to know where it is, I'm going to move it up into the right place. So we'll move it up 9.6 millimeters. Large prop spin. And this one I'm going to go over to display. I'm going to change the locator to a custom locator. I'm going to replace that with a circle. I'm going to make the circle much smaller. 5 millimeters. 5 is not enough. We'll make it 16 millimeters. And then we'll face it on the Y. Okay. So now I'm going to take, like I had said, all of these pieces here and the spinner, and those will drop into that. Oops. There we go. And now I'm going to take these other pieces that are all part of the prop, all this stuff here. Let's make all you guys parent to a group locator. Prop. Now we have this one that we can rotate if we want. Actually, I think I am going to rotate it like 90 degrees here, so it's not facing back along the length of the chopper. And now I'm just going to create one more new locator that I'm going to make a custom shape. I'm just going to make that a rhombus. Place it, and how about 16 millimeters? Now let's go even smaller, 8 millimeters, all the way down. And both things are going to end up parenting to that, but let's show our body. Then we'll grab our propeller and we'll move it up into place. So it will need to move up here. Oops. Looks like I got a few things that didn't end up in there. Let's put those down with the prop too. Move this up. So looks like we're in that 41.8 ballpark. Move it back, eat, and there we go. Now we'll just use this here so that we can Modo copter. This will just make it easier for us to get everything organized. We have that one piece that we can move around. So got everything cleared out. We're going to go to our shader tree, do one last clear out of these. So delete those. And now I'm going to make a new item that is going to be a group. And for the group, let's go to properties. I want this to be, for the item, I want this to go for, you see I've got my different colors here. So I'm going to do a black one. And how many do I have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's make 10 groups. So let's take this and I'm going to duplicate it and duplicate it again and duplicate it again. 4, 5, 6, oops. 6, 7, 8. Oops. Duplicate. All right, so now each of these I'll just need to change the color. So I'll leave the black one is black, and then we'll go to white for this one, light gray for this one, dark gray, blue, dark blue, yellow, transparent red, transparent yellow, and transparent gray. Okay, so now I have everything set up, and like I said, this becomes extraordinarily simple at this point. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back to my material presets, find my Modos. I think I will. There we go. And so transparent gray, I'm just going to go over here and double click on transparent gray, fold it up, transparent yellow, fold it up, transparent red, regular yellow, dark blue, regular blue, dark gray, come on, pull it up there, light gray, white, and black. And here you go. All the pieces are set up. You are ready to render away. Hope you had fun on this. This has become quite a large set of videos in all, but all done now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned a few things, and I hope you find this useful and can apply it to lots of other areas. Happy modoing. See you in the forums.